headline around the commodities complex has actually changed quite rapidly. Prices of commodities fell very, very sharply, especially on Thursday night's trading session, essentially cutting into months of gains. And, in a way, it also weighed in on the equity markets. Remember that we have the dollar index, which has risen quite sharply, plus China as well is taking stringent action against any sort of rapid price rise in commodity prices, which has been witnessed in the last couple of months. Now, this carnage was more or less widespread. Precious metals as well fell. Gold prices went down by almost 5%. In fact, it went to a low of $1,770 per ounce. Silver prices, I think, cracked even sharply on a percentage basis, declining almost 6% in trade. Platinum and palladium, we don't talk about these two precious metals too much, but they fell in double digits, almost 10 and 11% respectively. Now, these largely had to do with, what the Fed had said. It's something that did trigger, some buying momentum in the dollar. The dollar index, in fact, went to a 2-month high, close to 92. And that, in turn, does not bode well for the dollar-denominated gold, but which also competes, as a safe haven. Along with that, base metals too did see some selling pressure. Copper prices were down quite significantly. Aluminum prices down. So all of the base metals were down 2 to 4%. But I think what's remarkable is the kind of decline we saw in agro commodities. Remember that the decline is not just limited to what happened last night, but what's been happening for the last couple of weeks. We've been seeing corn prices, lumber prices move down significantly from their recent highs. In fact, lumber prices have fallen almost 40% from their recent highs. Corn prices as well have declined quite significantly. Last evening, we saw a 6% decline in corn prices. And, this is something that has sort of perturbed the street quite a bit, because so far this week, corn prices have declined now 21%. This is, I think, the biggest fall that we've seen across the entire agro commodity space, with, agencies saying that with this fall, corn has actually managed to erase all of the 2021 gains that have been witnessed. So essentially, it's a complete course reversal, if you could call it that, for many of the commodities. Remember that, firstly, the Chinese government has been cracking down very, very sharply across, across the commodity complex, and these, the massive price rise that we've been witnessing. But what's interesting is this fall is also coming at a time when after the strong first half of the year for commodities, which was in turn fueled by good industrial demand, US and other economies started reopening. And now, of course, this rapid increase in prices may have made some of the commodity markets pretty ripe for a quick pullback. Most of these commodities look like they're in overbought zone, which may also be a reason why investors may be taking off some money from commodities.